want to acquire real-world combat data along with the activation test.
That's more than you can say about what she did with Cosmos.
But they've sure got a lot of confidence to pick Cosmos as the opponent.
You guys still aren't really sure how Cosmos works, are you?
Yeah, they may have removed her from the project, but she's still ready for combat.
Well, I assume she forgot all the things that I taught her last game as well.
Do they think they can win over support if it defeats Cosmos?
I'm sure they can.
Yeah, I hear there's a lot of Vector-friendly Parliament members in the government. It's probably a move to take some wind out of that faction.
All of this is for Parliament.
I can't believe they're using the product of our stress and caffeine as a political tool.
Thousands of years in the future, you haven't come up with a replacement for coffee?
They'll learn not to mess with the Princess of First Division. We're gonna send them packing.
Apparently Cosmos is now the princess. Is there a king or queen?
Damn it! We need to get started on the calibration work right away!
Yes, because Cosmos' problem up against her replacement is going to be calibration settings, and not firepower, or speed, or something more relevant.
What the hell is the new chief doing at a time like this?
He's trying to get laid. Leave him alone. Very important work that he's doing. Chances are he's not going to accomplish his task, though. Just a guess. And we are in control of Xion. I was confused for a little second there, but we have indeed made it. I know it's around here somewhere. Where the hell? Maybe I actually need to leave. All right. It's time for my shift at the station. When I was little, I was excited about the job, but I hate being trapped in that place for so long. Once you start a shift at the station, you can't come back down for 2 weeks. It's usually pretty demanding. That sounds awful, actually. If you are bound for the orbital station, please board quickly. We will be departing soon. It does take 4 hours, and apparently you only have one of these things. Actually, the only craft currently docked is yours, Miss Shionazuki. Our departure time is flexible, so please take your time and enjoy the city. So you just flat out lied to me and then took it back? Or what do we got here? Is that... I think that's the circle. It is the circle. Welcome to the Federation capital planet, 5th Jerusalem. Development of the integrated weapon system Merkaba is currently taking place on this planet. It's the core of the Zohar project, which apparently is public information these days. A great undertaking involving the entire star cluster. When this weapon is completed, we will no longer need to fear the Gnosis threat. To help our citizens understand the value of the Merkaba, we've constructed a showroom. The showroom is in the first business district. Be sure to drop by if you find yourself in the area. And I will definitely be in the area. There were people over here, though. Weren't there? Yeah, let's talk to you. Unbelievable, I told you where to go. You told me we were meeting at the Port L48 elevator. What? Really? Yes, really, our militia trip that we've been planning for the past year is now ruined. Shion's always ready to get into the game, apparently. Oops, guess I messed up. What are you going to do to make up for this? You can get any information you want from anywhere in the Star Cluster on 5th Jerusalem, but 2nd Militia is still the trendiest place. Of course it is. It's awesome. That's where I'm trying to think of what was especially there. That's where the sewers are. That's where important things happen. Let's talk to these people up here. See if we can get information out of them. What are we gonna do? They turned us away at the door as we expected. I heard you go through an insane amount of security to get into that facility. We came from the country to get a job at a facility that's by the coast. Yeah. But they turned us away at the door because we didn't have an appointment. By the way, what do they mean by appointment? Yeah, I've heard that too, but how are we getting turned back now after coming this far? You've got a point, but they already chased us away once. They aren't going to give people like us the time of day. What are we going to do? Yeah, there we go. That's starting to repeat. This is the orbital elevator boarding area for 5th Jerusalem Port L5. The orbital elevator boarding area contains a total of 396 elevators, enabling access to the spaceport at all times. 396, that's like an 8-hour trip. You have to assume that they give people like 5-10 minutes to get on board. I think that's too many elevators. I think that's too many damn elevators. Hey, don't go too far, misbehave, and you won't be playing Hackox. Hackox is a game that's really popular right now. Actually, I'm a big fan myself. But Dad's not as good as me. Now, the freaking little kid spends hours every day playing the game, trying to get better at it. The adult comes along, I can figure this out. What the hell's going on? That's very typical. Yeah. So that's your son? I won't say anything. All right, let's head forward. Let's see. According to the map Alan gave me, the way to the hotel, the Mobius Hotel, is go south when you get off the orbital elevator. It's the tallest building in the first business district. And we have made it to 5th Jerusalem's world map, so to speak. I believe the first business district is okay. This place is bigger than I remember. That's not too surprising right now either. But holy crap! I swore it was this way. This place just goes on and on and on. None of this is relevant, really? You must have permission to enter this facility. Well, obviously that's not the business district then. Hold on for 1 second because I thought it was this way. No, it really is just south. Okay. Fair enough. I thought it was like southeast. There we go. Enter first business district south. Let's head in. Once again, font choice. A little strange, but we will enter in. And we've made it to the first business district, where we can find you. Welcome to 5th Jerusalem. This is the capital planet of the Galaxy Federation. A variety of projects are currently being developed here. Alright, so here is the save point. It has kind of been long overdue. Hold on, let me drop a save. And before we do go on any further, it is time to go back into the database. We have quite a few entries that are new. We're now up to 52%, so once again, this could take a while. I don't remember the database entries coming in huge chunks like this. I thought they were more spread out. I was wrong though. All right, let's take a look quickly at the tutorial stuff. We have ES battle commands. It's pretty much the same. They have anima that turns into special attacks. Why don't they just have it as special attacks? Kind of a good question if you ask me. Items, charge, recover 15% of maximum HP and guard until the next turn. Charge automatically heals you. You don't need to equip anything for that. In ES battles, an ES that falls into KO'd status cannot be revived mid-battle, so be careful that your HP does not fall too low yet. There's no item to bring back in ES, and then you can escape. Sometimes. Parameters, pretty much the same as you might expect. I didn't have a chance to look at them. I never had a chance to go into the menu when we were in control of our ESs. So, hit points, they're the same. Maximum of just under 100,000. Energy, you can max that out at 999, so those will get more powerful as we continue on, or we'll get more energy. Power, 999. Armor, it's physical defense, 999. Ether attack, same. Ether defense, same. Dexterity, evasion, agility, and luck. All the same as they were in characters. Those max out at 100. Well, 99. Then we have attack methods. An ES's energy amount determines the number of attacks that an ES can make in one turn. Energy is determined by the equipped generator. The attack type varies depending on the equipped weapon, as do the attack element and energy cost. It is not necessary to consume the entire energy amount of the ES when selecting attacks. Even if there is energy remaining, the attack sequence can be started by pressing R1. Energy is fully restored at the beginning of the next turn though, so I typically just go all out. Enemy count, they tell you how many enemies there are. I don't know why this needed to be explained. Any additional enemies are treated as reserve units and will take the place of defeated enemies in turn. The most that can appear on the screen at once is 5, so it's useful because there will only be 5 on a screen. You can tell if there's going to be more coming, but didn't really need all that much of an explanation. All right, anima. This is going to be important. When damage is dealt to enemies, the anima gauge increases. When it reaches 100%, the anima awakening level increases by 1, allowing the corresponding anima to be selected. Anima allows special attacks to be used. Also, all status enhancements and status ailments are nullified. The anima gauge is preserved between battles. That is useful, especially if I want to try to do lots of finishing strikes, which of course I do. All right, effects of each awakening level. At anima awakening level 1, energy is down 20%. What's consumed is down 20%. You get 1 special attack. It lasts 2 turns. If you get up to level 2, then the energy cost is only 75%. You get a special attack 2 as well as special attack 1, and it lasts 3 turns. And then finally there's anima awakening level 3. Same energy cost, but you get a special attack 3, and it goes for 4 turns. Special moves. Special attacks in ES battles can only be used during Anima Awakening. Each special attack corresponds to an Anima Awakening level. If you chose Anima level 1, then only the first special attack will be available. Special attacks can only be used once during each Anima Awakening. You're not going to talk about the ambush that happened? We're not going to talk about the ambush that happened. All right. As you might have noticed, we're not done with the tutorial just yet. We still have a little bit of work to do there. But for the time being, we will go into characters. There shouldn't be too much going on here, but we will go through these. First, we have Catherine. Catherine is one of a special type of Realian manufactured by Yoki Mizrahi, addressed by the nickname Cath. We did see this in the last game. Manufactured by order of Sergius the 17th, according to concrete data taken from Fabronia that was tuned and used as the core of a system to control Udu. Fabronia refers to her as her little sister, but Realians possess neither blood relatives nor the concept of parents or siblings. Strictly speaking, she is actually Fabronia's clone. Fabronia asks Xion to release their consciousness from the dual bonds of humanity and Udu. She hopes for the release of all Realian consciousness. That doesn't sound good at all. And here we got Cath, which is the nickname of Catherine. Then we have the Patriarch, the highest authority in the Ormus religious society and sovereign of the immigrant fleet. This one in particular's name is Sergius the 17th. Those who hold the position of Patriarch within Ormus, the core of the immigrant fleet, are the protectors of the Zohar. They usually possess the ability to link with the Zohar and draw out a portion of its power. While this can be said of all the people of Zohar who protected the Zohar during the evacuation of Earth, due to the thinning of the bloodline over the ages, damn mudbloods, very few people retain this ability even within Ormus. He planned to monopolize control of the original Zohar, sleeping within Old Miltia in the hopes of solidifying the immigrants' fleet's superiority over the Galaxy Federation. This was likely the result of both the historical background of the Federation's oppression and exploitation of the immigrant fleet as a minority, and the connection held by Sergius XIV with the Federation's Salvators. That's a different Sergius. Sergius, I think they said Sergius, but I'm going to keep on saying Sergius. Sergius controlled the military of the Old Miltian hierarchy, which was largely comprised of fleet immigrants. He moved to the Mizrahi Cerebral Sciences Research Center, a division of the Federation's Zohar Research Organization. Isn't that the one that turned into the Yuriev Institute? From Plant Mictum to Old Miltia, renaming it the UTIC organization and placing it under Professor Mizrahi's administration. No, I'm wrong. That's what turned into UTIC. Shouldn't be guessing things here. Top secret anti-Federation plans were developed behind the scenes there. Wilhelm's actions as Ministry Cabinet Chair lay behind the fact that the Federation cast a blind eye upon the establishment of the UTIC organization. He activated Proto-Omega on Old Miltia, but it was destroyed by a testament, and then he died as well. Now we have Grimoire Verum, the former chief of Vector Zohar Research Department. He was the one responsible for causing the Zohar to go berserk thousands of years ago, destroying lost Jerusalem, so he did it. 6 months ago, he brought about the Gnosis terrorism. Apparently, he's been alive this whole time. He went into hiding within the UMN, sending Gnosis under his control to attack the capital cities of various planets, and ultimately died within the UMN. Though his crimes are officially listed as the work of an individual, he was in Vector's custody prior to their occurrence. Furthermore, the fact that Grimoire summoned and controlled Gnosis in an area under Special Vector control, the S Division, motivated Shionozuki to think that Vector and the UMN might be connected with the Gnosis phenomenon, and to begin her investigation along with Scientia. Although many details behind the Gnosis terrorism were lost with Grimoire's death, such as his motive and goal, the important things, one source suggests that he likely shared a deep connection with the girl known as Nephilim, and that the Gnosis terrorism was part of a search for her. So how do you find Nephilim? Send Gnosis to capital cities. Vector has denied any and all connection to Grimoire or the Gnosis terrorism, and to this day refuses to comment on the events. Anything more for us here? Yes, Sakura! Sakura Mizrahi, the daughter of Joachim Mizrahi and Yuli, upon whom Momo was modeled. Suffering from a congenital brain defect, she was unable to speak or communicate her feelings in the real world. While staying at the Yuriev Institute for treatment, she met Rubido, who was in the middle of an anti-Udu training. After showing Rubido and Albedo a meaning to their lives beyond that of weapons fated to eventually disappear, oh, that sounds bleak, she entrusted to them her younger sister who would later be born, a new consciousness named Momo, and passed away. We already knew so much more than that about her. All right, Citrine, this is going to be important. URTV number 668. A female-type variant in the 668th URTV created by Dmitry Yuriev. We still have the young picture of her, it looks like, even though we saw her older than that. Jan Sauer. Ziggy's name in life. Really, some of the stuff sounds so important, then you give me nothing. All right, Suo Uzuki. This should be important. Hopefully you give me a lot here. A little bit. Supervisor for the Federation Special Inspection Office of Advanced Technology, Department of Energy. Father of Shion and Jin. Supervisor for the Federation government who was sent to monitor the UTIC organization. Despite officially being a government-established body, the large concentration of former citizens of the immigrant fleet amongst its staff provoked the fears of the Federation. So he was sent to investigate to investigate the UTIC organization, and that's all we get out of that. All right, we have Cecilia. I assume that's the Realian again? Yeah. One of a special type of Realian manufactured by Joachim Mizrahi, addressed by the nickname Cecily. Manufactured by order of Sergius XVII, according to concrete data taken from Fabronia, that was tuned and used as the core of a system to control Udu. Fabronia refers to her as her little sister, but Realians possess neither blood relatives nor the concept of parents or siblings. Strictly speaking, she is actually Fabronia's clone. Fabronia asks Shion to release their consciousness from the dual bonds of humanity and Udu. She hopes for the release of all Realian consciousness. Cecily, Cecilia's nickname. Negredo. URTV unit number 669, Guinan's name during his time with the URTVs, named for the alchemical process of blackening. See Guinan. Here we have Heinlein. This sounds important. Named after, I believe, a philosopher, although I don't know much about Heinlein's work. Hyams Corporation representative and Ormus Cardinal, responsible for technological research and development and securing funds. He is the second most influential member of Ormus after Sergius XVII. And didn't he die? Is that a spoiler? That's what happened at the end of the last game, isn't it? Am I missing something? Did he live through that? Despite this, he has never shown himself in public. Even Margulis and his men have never seen him directly. Many, including Margulis, sympathize with Heinlein's wish for a return to Lost Jerusalem through Ormus and give him their loyalty. After the death of Sergius XVII, he assumes control of Ormus and moves to take back Ormus's holy land, Mictum. So Heinlein is now in charge of Ormus, and he wants Mictum and to go to Lost Jerusalem. Helmer! Not as good as he used to be. Representative of 2nd Militia's autonomous government. Friend and sympathizer to Guinan Kukai-en Jr., he played a principal role in establishing the Kukai Foundation. A cautious strategist, always sure to make the first move and pull strings as necessary. Typically gentle and flexible in demeanor, the depths of his eyes sometimes show a keen sparkle indicative of his history as a military officer. When the Kukai Foundation fell under suspicion, he swiftly made the necessary arrangements to help Guinan and his team. He has been aware of the dangers of the Zohar and the Udu system from an early stage, and has engaged in a variety of activities along with the Kukai Foundation in an effort to stop trouble before it happens. Jin's superior during his time in the military, Helmer feared the rise of the Utik organization and the awakening of Udu and used Jin to gather information. After the Gnosis terrorism incidents, he began independently monitoring Vector and Dmitry Yuriev under the auspices of the Contact Subcommittee. Next we have Herman. We don't get a picture for Herman? Ormus Inquisitor under the command of Chief Inquisitor Margulis, skilled with the staff. Formerly a private first class in the Galaxy Federation Navy. There's still a Navy? And stationed in Sergeant Matthews' detachment. After the unit was disbanded, he took the role of CEO of a UTIC organization dummy corporation, Hayes Porter Services. Herman's family has been in the service of Richard's household since they were both aboard the immigrant fleet. Consequently, Herman has pledged loyalty to Richard since he was born. I don't understand that fully. It just sounds like Sam and Frodo to me.